Hey there, crazy kids. I am the Good Old Gamer, and this is just going to be a quick vlog, mainly discussing Mass Effect 3. So if you're not interested in Mass Effect 3, feel free to close this video now. But anyways, first up, I want to address where have I been over the past week or two. I've been on vacation, been taking a break mainly. Last week I expected Mass Effect 3 to be at my doorstep because I pre-ordered the collector's edition. Unfortunately, it wasn't, due to a delay in shipping. The game distributor, which I assumed to be EA, didn't get the game to the store on time, and so the store couldn't get it to me on time. So it's going to be here by the 19th, as far as I know, which is Monday. So next week, I will be hopping right into Mass Effect 3 with you guys with Sam's adventure, and then after that, after we get done with that, we will hop on into Sarah's adventure. In the meantime, I've been spending this past week or two watching other people play out Mass Effect 3, being completely envious and jealous of them being able to do that, and not me, but whatever. Won't get into that. But I've been watching other people's Let's Plays of the game so that I can get oriented with the game and basically do what I was going to do on my own, playing the game on my own before I made Let's Plays of it. But I'm just watching the videos now so that way when I actually do finally get the game, I can just hop right in with the Let's Play with you guys and just be oriented and be able to give you guys tips and tricks and that sort of thing. So that's what I've been doing mainly. Last week was a vacation off from work, specifically made so that I could play Mass Effect 3, but I didn't have it. But I took that time off from YouTube as well. Because let's face it, this for me is a hobby, not my job. It's not my obligation. It's not my requirement to be here to make these videos. I do it because I feel like it, because I want to, because I'm passionate about it, because I get enjoyment out of it. And I just haven't felt up to doing it, especially with the delay of Mass Effect 3. For me personally, I've been kind of bummed out about that, and that just makes any motivation to make videos for you guys that much less until that game gets out. So that's where I've been. I've been trying to research and keep up with Mass Effect 3 as much as I can without actually having the game. And I'll be getting that into the actual game next week for you guys. Before I end the video here, I'm going to link you guys to a few of those Let's Plays that I've been watching, so that you guys can watch those if you're interested in Mass Effect 3 and you're waiting on me to get started, as I am waiting on me to get started. And these are not in any particular order, but the links will be in the description below to their channels: Team UDF, Pitching Ace 88, Kriana, and Lucklin from Minecraft WB, interestingly enough. Team UDF I would recommend because he is importing a previous character from Mass Effect 2, and so he has previous knowledge of the games, and so he has sort of a vested interest, and he can interact with some of the squad, and he has favorite squad mates and that sort of thing. Also interesting enough, he's playing out a male shepherd that is a custom appearance that actually looks decent. If any of you have played the Mass Effect series, you know how difficult it is to get a custom appearance of male shepherd to look fairly decent, and his actually kind of does. At least in Mass Effect 3, I really didn't notice or see. I guess I didn't really watch his previous videos on the other two games if he's made any, but it's interesting to watch in Mass Effect 3 just how well his character fits. The design of his character is really good in that the emotions of Shepard come through in his character really well. I don't know really how he managed that so well, but his Shepard really emotes emotions right. And there are a few other Shepards that I've seen go through Mass Effect 3 that don't have quite that emotional visibility that his does. So that's one big reason that I would recommend watching his run of Mass Effect 3. Pitching Ace 88 I would recommend because he's doing a bunch of multiplayer stuff with Mass Effect 3, which is always interesting. I haven't really gotten into the multiplayer aspect of Mass Effect 3 because that's not why I've played Mass Effect, but I will eventually get into playing multiplayer in Mass Effect 3, so that's always interesting to keep aware of, and it's nice to see because every once in a while he'll go play multiplayer and then he'll come back to the single player game, and you get bonuses in the single player campaign for doing multiplayer stuff, and he'll show those bonuses. So it's always interesting to have that footage that he makes showing how he gets those bonuses and what the differences are in multiplayer compared to the single player and that sort of thing. So that's why I would recommend pitching Ace 88. Now, Kriana I would recommend because she's just entertaining. She not only has a vested interest in her character and in the other characters in the game and in the story and stuff, she actually sometimes role plays, gets into her character as Shepard, and reacts in certain ways that makes you feel like she's actually in the game, playing out Shepard, and it's just very entertaining to watch. And she has some very good, witty one-liners and that sort of thing. Very good reactions to events in the game, and that's why I would recommend her run for Mass Effect 3. Plus, she's the only female Shepard's run that I've been watching. Now, I know there are a ton of people out here on YouTube playing Mass Effect 3, but I've only been watching these certain people play out the game, and she's so far the only one I've seen playing out a female character, so that's been interesting as well from that perspective. And then Lucklin has a completely different perspective. Those other three, Pitching Ace 88, Team UDF, and Kriana, are all importing previous characters, and they have past experience with the other games in the franchise. Lucklin seems to be pretty much a new person to Mass Effect, and it's interesting to get that perspective because he's new and he's starting off with a fresh character, and he's not going to have the back history that these other Let's Players have, but he seems to have an interest in getting into the game and getting to know the characters and stuff. So that's why I've been watching his run of the game, is because it's coming from a new, fresh perspective. And it's also interesting to see how the game turns out without all of the previous back history added in. And it gives a different perspective on what you're not going to get if you don't have a previous run of Mass Effect 2 or Mass Effect 1, that sort of thing. Because some of the quests do turn out differently if you don't have that back history, and it's interesting to see as well. But those are the people I would recommend for Mass Effect 3 until I get started and into it. If you've been waiting on me to do it, those are some people to go check out in the meantime. Anyways, I've been rambled on long enough, so that'll be it for now. I am the Good Old Gamer. Thanks for watching, and as always, bye for now. More videos in the future, soon, I promise. If not this week, then certainly next. Anyways, adios.